guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here to chat about your favorite books of 2024 so far. And I asked for your number one absolute favorite book on Instagram. If you're not following me, it's always linked down below. And I'm very excited for this because I'm looking for really good reads right now. I am in such a reading mood. I have a 24-hour reading vlog I'm gonna do this weekend. I wanna read all the books, so give me ideas through this video. And before we get into the video though, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Stephanie Rose. Second Time's the Charm is a second chance romance where the hero is actually now a father. He takes custody of his niece, and he's really trying his hardest to be there for his niece, but he is invited to his 20th high school reunion where he runs into his ex. He had actually broken her heart before she could break his. So there are still lingering feelings there, and they have to see each other again. And he can't stay away from her though because she is now the coach for his niece's soccer team. So they're spending so much time together. A drunken night leads him to realizing that he is never going to be over her and he wants her in his life. So he is navigating fatherhood for the first time while trying to win back someone whose heart and trust he broke years ago, but now that they are always around each other, he is hoping to win her back. If you are in the mood for a very emotional second chance romance, check out Second Time's the Charm by Stephanie Rose. And thank you so much to her for sponsoring this video. The first book that someone recommended, I will say, I am wanting your confirmation. So this is Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. So I read a book by Cara Bastone and I had really high expectations because I know everybody loves this author, but I did not love the book that I read. I was pretty bored by it. It was just like a regular contemporary romance, but I have seen this book everywhere and I've seen so many people love it. So knowing me as a reader, do you think that I would like this, or do you think it would be another one that I'm just like, it's another just regular contemporary romance? Let me know, because if you think I'll like it, I will read it. We have Inked in Lies by Gianna Darling, which is one of my absolute favorite books, like literally of all time. So that makes me so excited that that is someone's favorite book of the year, because like it's amazing and it's a brother's best friend motorcycle romance. It definitely has some suspense elements because the heroine is trying to do something dangerous and like kind of going undercover in a certain aspect, and the hero's a tattoo artist and he tattoos her. I love it so much. This is interesting because I have not been really pulled towards this author's romances lately, and that's Learn Your Lesson by Candy Steiner. This person said is a top tier single dad nanny romance. I am just like a little bit not into sports hockey romances right now. I want like baseball, rugby, other sports, and so this one has not been calling to me. Let me know if you've read this one and you liked it. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Yes, absolutely. Like the way Abby Jimenez and Emily Henry just killed it with their releases in the same month. I think they released in the same month, if not like within a month of each other. Iconic. Like this book was so good. This person has three. First is Unsteady, which yes, this is a hockey romance. I actually read it last year, early this year. I don't remember when I read this actually. Maybe it was early this year. And I really loved this, but it was definitely super emotional, which I appreciate. So I really love like Helena Hunting's Lies, Heart, Truth series. It's just like so emotional and angsty, and that's what I really need in a romance, especially if it's gonna be a hockey romance, and that's what Unsteady had, and has really great anxiety rep and like PTSD rep because the hero had gotten injured and now he's like terrified of getting injured again on the ice, and she's a figure skater, so I do like it too when it's two athletes. Love that. And then this person also said Shadows of You and Ashes of You by Catherine Cowles, which let me tell you, her new one, Fragile Sanctuary, is one of my favorite books of the year. So I love that you love Shadows and Ashes. I feel like those were definitely the strongest of that series. Well, I did like Echoes too, and Whispers is so good. So this whole series, Glimmers is great. The entire series is great, but love that you love Shadows and Ashes. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Listen, so this author was crazy busy at a Polycon. Like she's super popular. I know she got picked up. I did buy her paperback, but I know Tori read it and DNF'd it. I do think Tori wants to read it again, but I heard that it's very like flowery writing. It's very hard to get into, but I do know people who absolutely love it. So I'm very intrigued by this one. I would love to get to it at some point. Then we have The Foxhole Court, which is an old one, I think. This one is like a made-up sport that's kind of like lacrosse, and I think it's MM, and I've never read it. Should I read this? Let me know. Throne of the Fallen, which I was supposed to read in like January and I never got around to. This one is a fantasy romance. I know I got the special pink cover from, it's like pinky purple from Barnes & Noble. I would love to read this. I know it's a fantasy romance and I've heard so many people love it, so for sure. The Surrogate by Penelope Ward. So I've been in the book community for a very long time. I started a blog in 2011 and I started YouTube in 2015. So I think that in like 2015, 2016, 2017, Penelope Ward and Vi Keeland were like it for indie romance. They were everywhere. Everybody loved their books. I have not seen them around. Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey is actually her golf rom-com, and I have not picked up any of Tessa Bailey's new books just because I'm not a rom-com person. I've liked some, like I really liked the like Love Her or Lose Her and like that series. I don't remember what that series was called. The Fixer Up was the first one. I really like those, but then It Happened One Summer was not my favorite, and I've just like I'm not jiving with rom-coms, and I've understood that about myself in my reading. And so this one though has been super hyped, and it's a golf romance, which I said I do want different sports, and maybe I could get on it with a golf romance, but let me know if you like this. Then we have Secrets and Masks, which is for sure on my TBR, but it is like 1,000 pages, and I already read Manacled in a weekend, and that was 1,000 pages. So I need a good weekend where I can just sit and read Secrets and Masks, because I've heard it's a very dark Hermione as well that I think I will be absolutely obsessed with, and so I need to like pace myself when it comes to being obsessed with books. But I am excited for this one. And we have Role Playing by Kathy Yardley. I don't think I've ever heard of this author. I'm gonna look this one up actually. Oh, okay. I have seen this cover. So this one is really cute, and it actually has really good ratings. Okay, so she is 48 and her college-age son makes her a deal. He'll be more social if she'll be more social. So she joins a new online gaming guild led by a guy, and I think it's like Dungeons and Dragons. And Aiden is 50 and he's taking care of his aging mother, and his brother plays house with his ex-fiance. Oh my gosh, I hate characters who do that, but it makes it juicy. And I think they have a romance. Oh my gosh, I love that. It's a geeky, queer, slow burn romance with older characters. She has social anxiety. Oh, I want to read this. I'm intrigued. I just marked that as want to read on my Goodreads. Another Just for the Summer. Then we have The Rogue Not Taken by Sarah McLean. Sarah McLean's are not my favorite, but I did like this series. I did not love her Bare Knuckle Bastard series that much, and I don't love her new series, but her older stuff I really liked. So I do think I liked The Rogue Not Taken. So we have The Wolf King by Atlee Wykes. Okay, so this is book 2 in a series, and that cover is stunning. Okay, so this one says, his father ruled the pack with cruelty. So Lowen is left in the ashes of the fallen swamp, trying to save his people, and he must take a Fey bride. She's trying to flee her father, and she's met with an ultimatum: marry the beast or resign herself to live forever under her father's rule. So she marries him, and they fall for each other. Oh my gosh, that actually looks really good. Do you have to read the first book to read the second book? The covers are so pretty. Adding that to my want to read as well. You guys are already giving me like such good recs. Then we have Guarding Georgia by Anna Brooks, which I have not heard of this one either, or that author. So this one, I've not seen that cover either. Has really good ratings. So this one says that she's the one girl he could never have, and there's a track that divides their town. She's sweet and innocent and rich, and he's a delinquent, and she needed him to save her. Now 10 years later, she's back and looking for redemption. Oh, it was revised and updated to be the first book in this series. Interesting. So it sounds like it's a small town. Sounds very cute. Women, which I need to read. I actually bought this. I don't know. Oh, it's right here. Can you see it? We have The Women right here. And I definitely need to read this because this is a historical fiction that Christy and Tori loved, and I have very similar tastes to them, so I definitely want to pick that up. Then we have Powerless by Lauren Roberts, which is one of my favorites, but I know it's a little divisive. There's some people that love it, some people that hate it, and I just really loved it and I cannot wait. I do have to read the novella that just came out, and I cannot wait for July when the new one comes out. Amazing fantasy romance. Say You Swear. I gave 3 stars. I was so annoyed with this book, and people were like, this is the angstiest book I've ever read. I love angst. Like, you guys have been watching my channel, I eat angst for breakfast. It is amazing. This was not angsty. This was annoying. So I did not love the characters. The author made it seem like the hero was going to be one character in the beginning, but like didn't make us like him enough. And I was like, I'm not vibing like with this romance at all. I don't like this guy. And then had her dating someone else, but you thought it was going to be the other guy the whole time. So then I wasn't really like caring about this other guy who was just kind of bland. And then it's her kind of like love triangle between the two, but then something happens and I just got really annoyed. So I don't think this was that angsty, but I'm glad you loved it. Caught Up by Liz Tomford is definitely really, really good. It was actually I gave it 5 stars, but I think it was my least favorite of the series. I love this series so much, but I think I love book 2 and then book 1 and then book 3. But it was still really good. I really like these. Glow of the Everflame. I have to read this. This is a fantasy romance. I've seen so many people talk about this. Rachel from Raven Hair Reader loves it. I know Tori read it and loved it, and so I need to get to this. I don't even know this, like, I'm really bad at synopses with fantasy, so I don't even try to look at them. But then we have a Magnolia Parks, which I have to finish this series. I finally read the first 2 and I love them. I give them both 5 stars, but I have not continued on with the series, and there are 3 books I have to finish in that series. Super emotional, very angsty, and I just know I just need to be like wholly immersed in it and be able to like dedicate my time to it, so that's why I haven't read it yet. But Loving the Legend by Kit Gray. Where are all these books coming from? Loving the Legend. I literally thought I was gonna sit down and know like every single book everyone was talking about. I have no idea what any of these are. So this one is Chasing King series, So this says this is 2 MCs from rival teams turned lovers. There's trauma, hurt, comfort, hidden relationships, possessiveness, found family. Oh my gosh, it's an friends to lovers basketball romance. Oh my gosh, that sounds really good. I love that. Okay, so then we have Funny Story, which I loved this book so much. I was hesitant in the beginning because the hero was like not someone I was like vibing with. I was like, he's just sitting there smoking marijuana in his room because he's so depressed that his girlfriend broke up with him. But he kind of like comes out of his shell with the heroine, and I really ended up liking them together, so I do love that. House of Flame and Shadow. Yes, loved that too. Their Dark Rose by Eva Marx. Doesn't have the best reviews, but it's a dark and twisted and forbidden story. And her life shattered when she was 10. Her dad went to prison, her mom disappeared. Her godfathers rescued her, and they've kept her safe from her murderous aunt and stepson, sheltered her, and now she's 18. And it's a Sleeping Beauty retelling. Oh, it's Why Choose, Age Gap Forbidden, Guardian Ward, 3 Godfathers. That might be a little much. It has a 3.6 average rating. I don't know if I want to read that. I don't know. Then we have King of Sloth, which I love this book. I did get to beta read this, and it's just so good. And it's a grumpy girl, sunshine boy book. She's this PR agent person, and he is just a very causing a lot of trouble rich guy, so she has to like keep his image in line, and it had so many like little rom-com moments that I loved. I'm so happy you love this. Butcher and Blackbird. I wasn't blown away by this. I gave this 4 stars. I think that it was good, but I was expecting something like dark and like really good, like the Mind F series and the Sinner's Duet by Sophie Lark, but it was like too cutesy for me. But like I said, I don't love rom-coms, so I feel like that's why. It's about serial killers. I thought it'd be darker. Then we have 2 people who said the Tessa Hale Dragon Shifter series. So we had Midnight of Ashes, and then this person just said the series. I love this series so much. I talk about it all the time on my channel. It is a Dragon Shifter Why Choose romance. I'm so into Why Choose right now. I'm reading another one right now, and I agree. This is so good. We have Powerless again, and then we have Never Lie by Freida McFadden. I need to read a Freida McFadden. If you have any recommendations, let me know what I should read. Someone had said do not read The Teacher, since I used to be a teacher. I don't know why. I don't know what that means, but tell me your favorite Freida McFadden book and I will read that one. Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. I have heard very mixed things about this book. I think it really reminds me of Serpent and Dove by Shelby Maherin. This one, like, they're both about like a witch hunter and a witch, but I don't know if it's as good. I really liked Serpent and Dove when I read it, and I never continued the series. I have those somewhere. Yeah, they're right there. I have all 3. But let me know if I should read this if you liked it. Homewrecker by Sarah Kate. I have not read yet. I have not caught up on her new releases. Is this the MMF one? Oh, this is the 2nd book in a series. See, I'm not catching up on these. Yes, because they are married and their marriage is suffering, and then she comes in, I think, to the relationship. MMF, Marriage in Crisis. Ooh, I am intrigued. Not Another Love Song. Is this the Julie Soto? Because I am saving this for, yeah, it's Julie Soto. Forget Me Not was one of my favorite books of last year. I'm going to devour this book. I have not read it yet. I know, okay, it comes out in July. This person said they read an arc and it's their favorite. I do have an arc of it, and I'm waiting for the right time because I'm so excited. Look at the cello on the cover, the whole like position. Obsessed. So this one, I don't even know the synopsis. He was born into classical music royalty, and she has a natural ear for music that was nurtured by a kind shop owner. So she performs at his friend's wedding, and Oh, they worked together for a year at the orchestra and he doesn't recognize her. Okay, I need to read this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We have 2 people who said Fragile Sanctuary. When I tell you, I'm obsessed with this book. He is an ex-FBI profiler, and you know I love romantic suspense. The suspense in here, so good. And he's very, very damaged and grumpy because of what happened in his past as a profiler. And it's brother's best friend because he's working on his best friend's like construction company, and they have to work on his foster sister's house that burnt down when she was young because the house caught on fire, killed her family, and she was adopted into that guy's family. And like, oh, it's so good. I cannot wait for this book to be out next week. It's so good. We have 2 people who said that, another just for the summer. The Wolf and the Wildflower by Stacey Reid. I really liked this book. This is a kind of Tarzan kind of retelling where he was like lost in like a jungle for a while and now he's back, and she has been pretending to be a man to, first her mom had like said she was like a boy child so that the husband wouldn't get her pregnant again because she was like literally gonna die if she gave birth again. And so she's been raised as a boy, and now she's just staying a boy so that she can do everything that men can do during the society. But the hero literally smells her and he's like, I know your secret. Oh my god, it was so good. Butcher and Blackbird again. Manacled, yes, so good, so good, so good. Hermione fanfiction ripped my heart out, one of my favorite books of all time. Just for the Summer again. Ooh, We Could Be So Good. Is this the new one? So this is not her new one. This is the one that came right before. So she's a new baseball romance that just came out. But this one is, I think then the first book in the series is in the 1960s with the reporter. Oh, because the next one's the 1960s with a reporter and a baseball player. This one's the 1960s with a reporter and a newspaper mogul's son. I really need to read this. I will try to look for the audiobook. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. Destroyed Your Heart. Oh yes, because of the autism representation with the son. I'm really happy you like that. I did really like that. The hero had 2 sons that have autism, and the heroine's husband is not a good person. So I did enjoy this. It was definitely very women's fiction, which was not my favorite, but I did enjoy this. Then we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which I still have to read. I have not read it yet. Omegaverse. Right? Is it Omegaverse? Vampires? I haven't read this yet. I don't know what is it. Did they have some Meredith Convenience? I don't know the plot. Then we have Wild Love, which I gave 5 stars. I did really love Wild Love. Okay, good. I'm almost to the top. I was like, how much do I have left? Kingdom of Ash. I have not gotten to this yet. Listen, I was like dead set on starting my Throne of Glass journey in January, and I got 2 books in, and then I had other stuff to read, and I got scared. So I also was going to start book 3, and then people said I had to read the like compilation of novellas. So then I stopped. I have to read it though. I know I have to read it. Then we also have another Just for the Summer, and then someone said they can't choose. Redeeming 6, which is that the new one? No. Okay, so that's the series I think that's Tori's favorite. That's the brother Joey and Aoife's books, and I know I need to read it. I have a video coming out soon where I'm going to be reading book 2 to Binding 13, finally. We have Kingdom of Ash, which again, Honey Trap by Aster Glenn Gray. Oh, I have to read this. I actually got this out from KU a while ago and never read it. It's MM and they're spies. So he's a Soviet agent and he has to work with an American FBI agent and they fall in love. Like, that sounds like something I would really love, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I have heard of this and I did have it on my Kindle for a while. Ashes of You by Catherine Cowles. Then we have Garen Park, which is a MM motocross romance, which I for sure need to read. I think it's a little bit darker too, so I really want to read that. Then we have The Crown of Oaths and Curses. This is Jay Bree. I know Jay Bree has a new one in the series coming out soon that I have to read, but I for sure have this on my TBR. I own it. Yes. And then we have P.S. You're Intolerable. I have to read this. I think this is Julia Wolf, and I have seen so many people recommend this author to me, so she's high on my TBR. I think that this one is office romance. I read the synopsis so much. I actually have this one out on my Kindle right now. So this one is, oh yeah, she gets pregnant and the first thing he asks is she's coming back to work. So he is her boss. Grumpy Sunshine, Curvy FMC, Close Proximity, Single Mom, Boss Assistant, and it can be read as a standalone. So I definitely want to read that one. But you guys have such good picks. I need to read all of them. Like, I'm getting FOMO right now because I have not read a majority of these. I was thinking that I would have read a lot, but I know a lot about them. There's just a couple that I was like, what the heck is this? I don't know, but now I'm intrigued. But so many to add to my TBR. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite read of the year so far? I cannot tell you, don't make me pick, but I do have a video of my top 10 that I recently did of the year so far if you want to check that video out. But yeah, but like Fragile Sanctuary honestly is a new favorite because I'm obsessed. But that's all I have. Again, thank you to Stephanie Rose for sponsoring this video. If you want a second chance romance with a newly single dad who's taking care of his niece and the woman whose heart he broke all those years ago and he now wants a second chance with, definitely pick up Second Time's a Charm by Stephanie Rose. And thank you so much to her for sponsoring this video. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.